Gathering with his Liberal MPs in his hometown, where he grew up playing hockey, Mark Carney likened upheaval caused by Donald Trump's tariffs to troubles facing the Edmonton Oilers.
The global trading system has been upended. Supply chains have been destroyed. McDavid is unsigned. This is not a transition. This is a rupture.
A joke about Oilers star Connor McDavid that evokes the frustration of trying to reach a détente with the Trump administration over tariffs. With the House of Commons returning from its summer recess next week, the Prime Minister wants to get his caucus of 168 MPs on side with his legislative agenda, starting with a long-anticipated budget that is expected to be heavy on cost-cutting to fund what Carney calls investments, like the Build Canada Homes Agency he says will formally launch next week to accelerate construction of affordable housing and bolster the domestic market for Canadian lumber products. Carney today pledging to help ease housing demand by limiting the number of foreign students and temporary foreign workers to the equivalent of 5% of the population by 2028. The Liberal caucus facing protests in Edmonton over the government's slow pace implementing the pharmacare program, launched by Justin Trudeau to pay for diabetes and oral birth control.
A full pharmacare program would mean the world to me, because I would know that I am no longer handcuffed to a health insurance program, that I'm not stuck with an employer with health insurance.
Some MPs are concerned about Carney's focus on trade and the economy at the expense of fighting climate change.
But if we're going to walk away from certain things, as we promised on the platform, we've got to ratchet up and strengthen something like the industrial carbon price. So it really depends on what the totality of the comprehensive set of measures is, and that is, I don't have a complete picture of that just yet.
After canceling the consumer carbon tax and the electric vehicle mandate, Carney says new environmental measures are coming this fall. But tomorrow he will unveil the first list of so-called nation-building projects his government wants to fast-track. Major infrastructure works like ports, roads, rail lines, and, potentially, pipelines to get oil and natural gas to new markets other than the U.S.
Projects that will increase Canada's independence, boost our economy, align with the interests of Indigenous peoples, and advance our climate goals.
The possibility of federal support for a new oil pipeline will be under discussion tonight as Mark Carney sits down with Alberta Premier Danielle Smith. Still unclear whether or not there's a private sector proponent for a project that will cost tens of billions of dollars at a time when the world is turning away from conventional energy. Glen McGregor, City News, Edmonton.